I look forward to attending the inauguration next week. I plan on being there. There is a virtual army in Washington outside of my house. There is a military encampment. So I appreciate the fact that President Trump and President-elect Biden are working to make sure the inauguration goes forward securely. The passing of the baton between one administration to the next will occur on January the 20th. And I've said on the floor of the Senate, the election is over, that Vice President Biden is the legitimate president of the United States. It's time to move on. And this idea of a second impeachment, where you would impeach President Trump after he leaves office, is not only unconstitutional in my view, it's a horribly bad idea that will further divide the country, put the presidency itself at risk, and I hope Democrats will stand down. I'm calling on President-elect Biden, in the spirit of healing the nation, to tell Schumer and Pelosi in the impeachment of President Trump after he leaves office. So time will tell as to what happens there. President Trump's statement a couple of days ago was good. He made the statement strongly. It should have been done earlier. The defilement of the Capitol, I was there. It's one of the lowest points in my life. It was embarrassing that an unarmed mob could take over the House and the Senate. I am going to make sure that I can do everything possible to hold those accountable who allowed the House and Senate to be taken over. They failed. The frontline officers were heroes. I appreciate President Trump saying that the people who did this do not represent his movement, that this movement is not about violence. I think it's unfair to taint all Trump supporters with the actions of the rioters. That is not fair, and I reject that. But as to those who defiled our Capitol, I support the prosecution of every last one of them. I've told Acting Attorney General Rosen, who's doing a great job, along with the FBI, if you need more resources, you'll get it. And I would encourage the incoming administration to identify these people who defiled our Capitol, hold them accountable. I wish we had done this when the Portland courthouse was attacked. Wish we'd done it when there was violence in New York and other places, but that's no excuse not to do it now. So we'll have a peaceful transfer of power on January the 20th. January the 6th was one of the most embarrassing, tragic moments in American history, and it is now time to move on. Take some questions.
Senator Graham, I heard what you said about wanting to move forward, wanting to heal the nation, and that an impeachment would not be an effort to heal the nation. But I want to ask you, after your speech on the 6th there, when you were talking about just enough being enough and what you said there that night, why you feel personally that you wouldn't be in favor of impeachment? Do you not feel that what he's accused of doing was an impeachable offense?
Well, number one, impeaching a president after they leave office, I think is unconstitutional. It's never been done before for a reason. It sets up a never-ending retribution. The president's conduct on Wednesday is subject to the law of the land. If you believe he committed a crime, he could still be prosecuted after he's out of office. I don't believe the words of the president were criminal. I think they were a big mistake. I think his presence there was wrong. I think encouraging the storyline that the election was stolen, I think was hurtful. But as to impeachment, what good comes of this? We never impeached a president after they're out of office. I'm going to write a letter to Senator Schumer and McConnell saying we don't have jurisdiction. This is not a lawful impeachment. Impeachment has been trivialized over the here, and we just need to end this. I just think you're going to encourage more dissension that could lead to more violence. And I told my Republican colleagues, it's over, that enough's enough. Biden won, Trump lost. Biden's the lawful president. To President-elect Biden, it's your term. You need to stand up and say, impeaching President Trump after he's out of office is not the best thing for the country, and call for an end to a second impeachment. I hope he'll do that.